What do you guys think we can expect from her this weekend?
Well, first and foremost, I just have to say I just love the look of that pink Elf Cosmetics car, and it's always just such a great opportunity to be able to watch Catherine out on the track. So we are very excited to have her back for another year. So with that being said, I do want to start with the positives that she is back. For the first time consecutively. Prior to that, she had a 10-year absence from the IndyCar series. And of course, last year's race absolutely did not end as she wanted it to with that really unfortunate pit lane incident. And she had to end up retiring the car early. So the positive from last year, though, was that she was the quickest car in qualifying amongst her teammates with Rahal Letterman Lanigan. So this year, primarily what we are all hoping for with Catherine is one that she brings the car across for that checkered flag. But unfortunately, with Dale Coyne Racing, I think those Rahal Letterman Lanigan cars, who are her prime competitors, I would say for this year's running, they've sorted out a lot of their pace issues. So I think that again, we want to see her cross that start finish line and complete all of the laps. But I think it's going to be a struggle with her pace. I did find her qualifying a challenge, as she had mentioned, and in post qualifying interviews, she's kind of alluded that any adjustments are to her car rather than to any strategy. So we're all very hopeful for her. But again, I think what we can expect is for her wanting to finish the race.
Yeah, well, to your point, Emily, of course, there's really nowhere to go from up, but up from last year. Obviously with how the race ended for her and what happened earlier in the week with her crash with Stephen Wilson, which I think she took an incredibly unfair amount of blame for. I think that was just a racing incident that unfortunately took him out of the weekend. But she had to deal with that, and then obviously dealing with what happened in the pits during the race and retiring the car much earlier than she would have liked to be able to bring the car home in one piece. So I think that's ultimately first and foremost the goal for her this year is run all the laps, finish up in the lead lap. I think top 20 would be a great day for her. Again, you have to remember she's driving for a significantly smaller team where, the resources can't be compared to the Penske's, Ganassi's, Andretti's, and McLaren's of the world. Dale Coyne Racing historically has won races. They've done a lot with a little, but I think given their pace in qualifying, obviously her teammate Nolan Siegel is the only one who got bumped and didn't qualify for the race this year. So you have to keep your expectations in check. But then again, this is Indianapolis. You never know if it comes down to a late fuel mileage run. I don't know if she can win the race, but I think, if she could play her strategy right, maybe something like a top 15 or even a top 10 wouldn't be out of the question for her. But first and foremost, the goal needs to be in position to possibly take advantage of that and run all the laps and finish this race.